Colorado's western slope. I'm riding back over to Denver today. I had to do some top secret work stuff over here on this side of the state that I can't quite tell you guys about yet, but in a few months I will be able to talk about it, and eventually there is going to be a card up here for you guys to click on, as well as down in the video description, to kind of tell you guys what I've been up to for the last few days. But I am riding back over to Denver today, and I'm going to be taking the scenic route and checking out a handful of things that I haven't quite gotten to see yet or eat yet. I did want to start my day off with a coffee. Of course, you guys know I love coffee, so I decided to come over here to Cimarron Coffee Roasters in Montrose to get the day going. Absolutely excellent coffee. I had one of their lattes, and they were roasting all of their beans in-house. It smelled amazing in there. And I was talking with one of the guys, I believe it's the owner of this place. I'm not entirely sure. We didn't get that far in the conversation, but he has a Tenere 700. So we were talking about motorcycles for a bit and some cool roads to ride in this area. So great coffee, great people that work there. Definitely come check it out if you're in the area. But I think it's time to hit the road. So let's get over to Black Canyon of the Gunnison. There are two different ways to access the north rim of Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park from Montrose. My preferred way is to take US Highway 50 east to Colorado Highway 92. If you take this route, there's also a great viewpoint of the bottom of the canyon near the Morrow Point Dam that most people tend to overlook. This is one of two places that you can access the bottom of the canyon by car or motorcycle. The other is located within the national park and is known as the East Portal Road. This detour takes about 15 minutes to see, while the other takes a couple of hours. The highlight of this portion of the trip, though, is definitely Colorado Highway 92 as it winds its way along the north rim of the canyon. It's the slower way to get to the north rim, but it's significantly more scenic, offering views of the dramatic cliff edges that are just adjacent to the highway. First official stop of the day is a personal favorite of mine, and I haven't been here in a few years. It is called the Hermits Rest Overlook. It's over here on Highway 92, which takes you over to the north side of Black Canyon of the Gunnison, and there's this beautiful overlook of the Curacanty Recreation Area, I believe is what it's called. Sorry, maybe I should have had an extra coffee this morning. But this area is just so beautiful. Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park is over this way, and I came in on Highway 50, which is on the other side of the canyon here. But Highway 92, a lot of people kind of overlook it, but it is gorgeous. It takes you right along the edge of the Black Canyon, and it is just such a fun ride. In the fall, all the aspens are super yellow, and it is just gorgeous. But this is a really popular stop. There's tons of motorcyclists actually hanging out behind me over here enjoying the views as well. So if you do make it out here, definitely stop here. But I think it's time to go into the national park. Before I hop back on the bike, I did want to mention that I am testing out the all-new ND filters from Insta360 for their X5 camera. This is the first time ever that a company has made ND filters for a 360 camera, which is so cool. If you don't know what an ND filter is, it basically is sunglasses for your camera so that you can shoot in manual settings and get a more cinematic feel with your footage. And that is such a big deal for 360 cameras because you've just never been able to do that before. So I'm personally pretty stoked about that. I'm going to let the footage speak for itself. If you guys want to shop around for an X5 or any other camera accessories from Insta360, I am going to leave a link up here in the cards as well as down in the video description. That is an affiliate link. If you do decide to click that and buy anything, I do get a small kickback at no additional cost to you. So thank you in advance if you do. But let's actually get back on the road and shoot some more riding footage and head over to the national park. So I just got to the north rim of Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. It is an unpaved road to get down here, and then the roads in the park are also unpaved, so you do need to be comfortable riding on gravel. But the north rim is special in a couple of different ways. The north rim isn't visited by nearly as many people, and it has much sharper cliff faces than the south rim. And because it's so much more primitive, there are a lot of these just like open steep drop-offs right next to the road, which is so crazy. There are a handful of pullouts that you can also check out, and I think there's like 5 or 6 of them on the north rim. There's a lot more of them on the south rim, but as I was riding in, I could see all the soot from all the wildfire damage across the canyon being kicked up by all the high winds right now. And it is crazy to be standing here on the north rim and just looking at all the devastation, because you can totally see just how damaging the wildfire was. Luckily, it didn't hop the canyon, but I think it burned like 90% of the park or something. The south rim is closed until further notice, and the north rim just opened up 7 days ago, so I'm kind of one of the first people to really get to stand here and witness the devastation, and it's sad. I definitely spent a few minutes here processing my emotions before I started filming, but you can just see all of the soot being kicked up off of the rim over there. It is just so sad. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy myself here for a little bit, and then we'll get back on the road.
The north rim of Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park and Highway 92 are a part of the West Elk Loop Scenic Byway, a 205-mile loop that is one of my favorite rides to do in the fall. The route also includes Colorado Highway 133, which takes you through Paonia and over McClure Pass. One of my favorite views in the Colorado Rockies is just east of the McClure Pass summit, where you can get an incredible panoramic view of the Elk Mountains in the distance before dropping down into a canyon and following the highway along the banks of the Crystal River. Just got to where I'm going to be eating lunch, and oh, gosh, what an amazing ride. I'm going through the footage over here on my Insta360 X5 and just kind of checking out what it looks like after using that ND filter all day. Like I said, I only have the ND64, so it's really only beneficial when it's pretty sunny outside, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think it looks pretty great. Now, I will say that if you're someone who, doesn't want the extra steps of, using manual settings and trying to figure all that out, there's a nice feature in the camera called Motion ND for those kind of people who don't want to try and use manual settings and make actual cinematic footage. And the way that you use that is you basically shoot in automatic settings, and then afterwards, whether you're editing on your phone or on your computer, you just apply Motion ND, and then you can adjust the intensity and stuff with it afterwards. I personally can tell a difference between Motion ND and actual cinematic footage. However, it is nice that that option is available. But I did just get my lunch. I've been wanting to eat at this spot for years, and I am finally out here just on the right day of the week and just the right time of day. I'm at Propaganda Pie in Redstone, Colorado. If you've ever ridden the West Elk Loop, this area kind of goes by it, or out to Marble where Slow Groove and Barbecue is. That is right up the road from here. The Coke ovens are right here on the highway. That's kind of what Redstone is known for. But Propaganda Pie is a pizza spot that I've wanted to try for years. They're known for like Detroit style pizza, I want to say is what it's called. That's what we're gonna call it. Anyway, it's time to dive in. So I got the I'm Not a Crook pizza. It's got pepperoni, sweet pearl peppers, basil, mozzarella, and garlic confit with red sauce, topped with arugula and shaved Parmesan. That is a lot to try and explain without looking at the menu that's up on the wall here. This looks so good. Look at that. I'm so excited about this. That is super good. Very doughy, but delicious. It's also got like crispy cheese all on the outside. It's got some of that fresh mozzarella on top. It is delicious. I think it's time for me to finish this pizza up, and then I am kind of running out of daylight here and just hours in general. I do got to get home. Poor Link is at home just hanging out all by herself, and I feel bad. So gotta get home to the cat, but first we're gonna take Independence Pass over to Leadville, and I'm stoked because that's one of my favorite roads in the state. How cool to see a moose right here at the start of Independence Pass. I wish I could hang out, but we're running out of daylight back here, so time to get over the mountain. Independence Pass is one of the highest paved passes in Colorado, reaching over 12,000 feet in elevation. Once home to the mining town of Independence, the route was originally a rocky, unpaved toll road traveled by horse and buggy by those in search of gold. Today, it's a twisty, narrow, and incredible route that crosses through the Rockies and connects the towns of Aspen and Twin Lakes. If you can squeeze this one into your next Colorado road trip, I would highly recommend it. And I've probably said that about every road in this video so far, but this one, I really, really mean it for this one.
There's elk out there. Oh, so cool! Made it to the top of Independence Pass, but we're burning daylight, so it's time to go.
Like many of the high passes in Colorado, Independence Pass is only open seasonally due to the amount of snowfall the area receives in the winter. Usually this means between late May and mid-October every year, but weather can change that time frame every season. As always, I recommend checking online for up-to-date road closures and information if you plan to try and ride any of the roads in the high country, because you just never know what you're gonna get. No matter how many times I ride over Independence Pass, it never gets old. I love that road. I've probably ridden it 40, maybe 50 plus times. It's definitely one of my favorites in the whole country, but just got to Leadville right at sunset, got to watch a beautiful sunset right over the mountains over here, and now it's time to layer up and get down to Denver. I've been on the road for 11 hours already today, and I got another hour and a half until I'm home. So just kind of goes to show that mountain miles are a little slower than highway miles. Sometimes people are like, why does it take you so long to get anywhere? And realistically, I'm enjoying the places I'm going. And, you know, even if you pull over just a couple of times at some of those scenic overlooks around here, it does add up on time. But anyway. Let me know what you guys thought about the Insta360 footage from today's video. I know there was a lot of riding footage because I've been riding all day today, but I'm pretty stoked on this X5, whether you use ND filters or whether you just use automatic settings. I think this camera is so awesome. Again, if you want to watch my review video of it, I will link that up here, as well as at the very end of the video. And if you want to grab anything from Insta360, you can use my affiliate link, which will be linked up here in the cards, as well as down in the video description. If you do buy anything with that link, I will get a small kickback at no additional cost to you, and it does help fund those road trips that you guys like to watch over here on the channel. But until the next one, I will see you all on the road. Later, y'all.